folks. This is Sheila E. from Tennessee again. That's my crazy grandson in there. And he made his debut on Sheila E. from Tennessee. So that's my crazy grandson, the one that made the biscuits. So anyway, this is a quick and easy fudge recipe that I'm trying. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out because I've never done this before. But it says to melt your icing, and it's either a vanilla or the buttercream. So I got the buttercream. Make sure the aluminum's off of it. And I'm going to lay that lid over there, and I'm going to start that with 1 minute. And then I've also sprayed my pans with you can use parchment paper if you want, but I sprayed it with a little bit of Baker's Joy, or it was a spray that had flour as the base. I have here one bag, and it is a 12-ounce bag of Premier White cream chips of Hershey's. So we'll see how that works out. Also, I have some maple flavoring. So it consists of white chips, maple flavoring, and a can of icing, either white, vanilla, or the butter icing. So actually what you do is you go ahead and put your bag, and this is a 12-ounce bag of white chips. So this has been almost a minute, so I'm going to check it and see if it's creamy and hot. And yes, ma'am, it is. So just want you to put you down here before you can see what's going on. So this is the bowl that I put the white chips in, and this is going to be it right here. I'm going to let that sit here just for a moment. I do have my pans ready and sprayed, and like I said, you can use parchment paper in your pans. And I got the 8x8 pans because I don't want it to be real thin, but I don't want it to be thick either. Also, I'm going to put about a teaspoon of this maple flavoring, or maple extract, whatever this says maple extract, so that's what we'll call it. It's maple extract. And I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon. Extract tends to be a lot stronger taste than your flavorings. Flavorings is not as strong as your extracts are. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put about a teaspoon of this maple syrup in here. And y'all may recognize this little bottle, and this is from Cracker Barrel. I have no right to advertise for them, but this is 100% sure, 100% pure natural syrup, and it's maple flavoring. So I wanted to try about a teaspoon of that just to see, because the recipe doesn't call for that syrup, but we're going to see what it does, okay? Like I said, you always make it your own. So now we've had that sitting there for just a minute. This consists of a 12-ounce bag of white chips, Hershey white chips, 1 can. This is the butter flavored icing, cake icing. This is Pillsbury. You can use white, you can use vanilla. Do not get the whipped. So we're going to begin to stir this up, trying to melt the chips. And this is like a really quick, as long as it takes you to heat it and stir it up and melt your chips. And actually, you could leave some of the little chips in there. And then once your chips start getting melted, I'm going to add, and I'm not going to chop these, I'm going to put these whole pecans. And this is about a half a cup. And I'm going to put another half a cup. I've got these pre-measured out in little bags that I had in the freezer, just for snack bags. And I'm just going to try to cover each one of these pecans. Most people, I guess, when they make this, called a pecan maple, it's a maple pecan fudge. Most people, I think, chop their pecans. Of course, you know how I am. I make things, I do it the way I want to do it. So if it turns out good, fine. If it don't, we'll eat it anyway. So we've got this just about covered here. I'm going to put it back in there just for about 10 seconds and get it hot again, just so that I can have this. And I think maybe 1 pan might be enough, even though that I have got 2 sprayed. So here's what we're doing. So this is about 10 seconds. I think that's going to be good enough. And so we want it to be able to where we can spread it out in the pan. All right, this looks good. So here we go. So we're going to spread this out in this pan right here. Don't that look good, guys? You tell me that don't. And it smells so good. I didn't even taste of it, but I can smell the maple in it. I'm hoping that that half a teaspoon of maple extract will be enough to give it that maple flavor. I like maple flavoring, but this is an extract that I bought. So we're going to try to spread this out just a little bit, and you can see these huge pecans in here. And then once this cools, you want to cut this in little squares, because this is going to be a very rich and decadent. This is a fudge. It's a maple pecan fudge, so it's not a diet food. So I'm going to go ahead and taste this, and I'm going to cover this with a piece of wax paper or parchment paper, and I'm going to then it went off there. So I'm going to go ahead and taste of it and ask the Lord to bless this, and let's see if it's got enough maple flavoring. Okay, so let's taste of this. It probably could have used just a little tiny bit more maple flavoring, but that's okay because it's very good. The next time I do this, I would probably put a whole teaspoon of the maple flavoring. So here it is. I will take a couple pictures when I cut it and put that on before the video. So it was the icing, the maple flavoring, a little bit of spray in your pan or parchment paper, maple flavoring, and if you wanted to, you could use some maple syrup. So that's it. That's Sheila E. from Tennessee. Until we see each other again, always give God glory, praise, and thanks, for He is worthy. Always share what He blesses us with, because when He blesses with things that we don't really need, you know, that's a blessing, that's a gift. And always share what we have. When He blesses us, He means for us to share what we have. Don't hoard it up, keep it to ourselves, but to give it to someone else. And that's what I try to do. I share what I know, and I share the love of the Lord with you all. So until we see each other again, may God keep you safe. Always remember to pray and give Him glory and praise. Sheila E. from Tennessee. Bye-bye.